All right. Hopefully you can see me, or you can see what I'm doing. I got you on the chest. You won't be able to see me. But here we go. We're going to do the shootout. Now, we're using the 5.2 SUL, and I got you guys on the chest harness. Up, it weighs 2.1 grams. Do you guys want to see that? I guess maybe 2.1 grams or 16th ounce crappie jig. So the first reel we're going to use, and we're going up here to our test. If you remember right, this area up here, I test here kind of all the time. I've done different shootout videos. Usually you can hit the street with a 16th ounce standing where I'm at. So we're just going to cast this thing, and I've already got this set. I actually had to tighten that up a bit. Over time, sometimes that will get loose just from the, I don't even know what they call those, little spacers in there that once you tighten it. So I guess over this season of using it, I haven't really ever checked that, and it was a little looser than normal. And I like to run mine where they won't really overrun much with, like a 16th ounce on the real light. Now, if I'm throwing a half-ounce chatterbait, I leave it set just like this. You guys have probably seen that in other videos. And this does have 15-pound braid with a 10-pound leader. The other reel, the new Alphas, I put 10 on. So this has got a slight disadvantage right off the bat, but we're not scared. And you can see we got slight little, not really an overrun, but so we're going to set that down. We're going to walk out to the street because I think it made it to the street. And yes, I was already casting both reels before you guys showed up. You guys took your time. So we are on the street right there. Okay, we're live on the street. Here it is. We barely made it with 15-pound braid in that leader. So I'm going to put on the new reel and see if we can get maybe push it and maybe get, pretty much just finishes that. What it might keep doing. Oh my God, this is hard to do. Neighbors, nobody lives next door. We ran them off, I guess. But anyway, I did pinch that down just so it wouldn't get caught up into the grass. So real quick, I don't know what to talk about while I'm switching, but I'm going to switch. And if I get time, I'm going to try to throw the Tatula SV on. I lost you guys for a minute, but we're connecting the new one on. I know a lot sucks. You guys got to wait around for me to get this ran through, but give me a minute. Now this rod is a 5.2 super ultralight. It has been repaired. I did some major rough usage with it and broke it with, I think, a 10-pound test, which it's not rated for anywhere near 10 pound. That's what I got on it now. This may actually be 6. If I say something is durable and lasts, trust me, you can trust me. I've put it through some harsh use probably. This rod did break, but none of the other Tettons did. I was actually doing something like this, holding my thumb on this and pulling, and it snapped. But you can only expect a super ultralight with 10-pound test. It's going to snap probably before the 10-pound breaks. So I'm also not running a snap, which I normally do, just to not add any more weight. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. You guys ever get eyes as bad as me? Sometimes you wonder why I use snaps. That's just another reason why. A little easier to see that snap than sit and try to run 10 and 6. 10 pounds is not bad. I think this is 6. In a hurry, under pressure. I guess while you guys are watching that, that's the knot I like to use. I actually like the shark knot, but it's kind of, especially for this real little stuff, trying to go through, and it can be a little bit of a nightmare. But I like the shark knot. Probably better than this one, but I'm all about keeping something quick in which we can tie real quick on the water, and it doesn't use up near as much line. Okay, now we have our main contender, our new reel that everybody talks about. And I did set it how I like it. And honestly, this I didn't touch. I like the SV and a couple others I've had that have this zero adjuster. I've actually had to, I felt they were way too loose. But there's like no play, and it's pretty much set the way I would set it. See, it's got a little bit overrun. I would probably go just a touch tighter, and I still may at some point. But it is real close right out of the box. So, stepping right in here, we're going to give this baby a go. I can't even see where it went. But I did have it, I've played with this a little bit. It seems to like number 5. It goes to like 20. I'll talk about that later. Let's go see where this one landed. I think it may hit the straight. I think, maybe, I don't know. I'll probably lose you guys again. Oh boy. Alright, there's the line. Oh, didn't quite. So we got to keep going. It's close. But the Aldebaran actually was just a hair, not even a foot. Only you're talking a couple inches further. The bearings may be broke in, you know, way better than these. These are, I haven't done anything to the bearings. This is straight out of the box today, right? So I can't tell where that landed. I think I beat it, but I can't tell for sure, and I want to waste a trip walk, and we're going to make another cast. Then we'll go see. Okay, I think that one beat it, but we got cut out. So I'm going to try to do it all one shot here. Let's try it again. So I'm not getting any backlash. Let's go look. I think it made it. But I'll be honest, I don't know if I feel that it is any... Okay, so just now hit, that is roughly right at the same, it's hitting the same as the Aldebaran. So let's try a little more fine tuning. Because Aldebaran, I've said, I've played with that, I've fished that, that's the where it has its max. This reel right here is awesome on this. This thing right here, you can hear it clicking, it clicks easy. Feels like it's all metal in there. I played with it, and it's not really, there's not really a 5 there, but between 6 and 4, that little dot, which is 5, is where it seems to not, I can throw it pretty much as hard as I want and it doesn't overrun. But it seems to be only getting the same distance as the Aldebaran. So I'm going to go down 1 to 4. And I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to show you guys, hold it here, and you'll be able to see what it's doing. Okay, so and I'd let it just hit. It overruns a little, and that's the thing about braid and on the end of a cast. Whoa, wait a minute, we just went further. Okay, let me do that again. This time I'm going to stop it and we'll go see where it goes, because that's on 4. I was on 5, now I'm on 4. And let's go see where it went. I wasn't even sure, I can't even, my eyes, I can't even see that far. Oh my goodness, I need glasses. That's a little bitty thing though, and then this tall grass, it like disappears as soon as it gets low. Alright, where'd you go? I can see the line. Nope. I think it's almost like the grass when it lands is pulling it back. Let's try that again. I know I can hit that street by several feet. If you guys remember right, which still may be the king of these BFS reels, is actually the ALC BF7, because it beats the Aldebaran. I did a shootout. I like the overall feel of the Aldebaran. So far I like the overall feel of this reel. But I remember that same thing, 2 gram bait basically, 2.1 or 2, whatever that bait was I used. That's why I stick with these on these shootouts. Now I think I may have used a different rod. I don't remember what rod I had in that shootout, but it definitely can outcast the Aldebaran. Anytime I've ever tried the ALC BF7, I actually beat the LTX BF8 too. So let's see what this reel can do. It's not backlashing at all. Not through too high. I think we hit the street big time. Let me see. Alright, let's get this cast in and go check. You guys are like, oh my god, this guy takes forever on videos. There's a car. Really? Oh, that's Chipotle. Look, Chipotle showed up. We're over here, Chipotle. We ordered Chipotle. I ain't got time to talk to that guy. Alright, let's go see where that one went. I let it overrun a little bit just so it'd get us max distance. Straight. No, it's still right here. It's just barely. It felt like getting further, like it, you know, easier. Chipotle guy, we ordered it. It's COVID-19. Okay, so dude ain't got a mask on. We're in the Midwest, by the way. All right. I'm gonna finish this video. I'm finishing this video whether it kills me or the Chipotle guy. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you though. I'm gonna take it back to, we're gonna go all the way to 3. And I'm sure 3 is gonna backlash. Okay, so it kind of did. It's only right there on the very edge. Like, probably don't want to cast it 3. Especially once you get out into the elements and you're fishing, throwing with the wind, and you turn throw against the wind and you have a crazy backlash. So 3 is just too, not enough resistance. So we were doing 4. Okay, I have to stop this some time on 4. That seems to be where it will go. I'm just going to put, either going to backlash like crazy or beat the other one. Okay, let's go check that. Now, it didn't have a backlash. It didn't even seem to be. And wow, we hit the street big time. We are way out. Here's where we were hitting. And this time I did manage to get way out here. So I gained probably 4 feet with that cast. Can I repeat that? I don't know. Those of you that are still watching this video, way to hang in there, soldier. I still, everybody, the way they talk, like I would be amazed. This thing, you know, the difference was like night and day. And so far, it's just a good, feels like a good BFS reel, just like that. Revo LC, LTX, or the Aldebaran. Doesn't seem like I'm going to be like, wow. Okay, just got the street. Put another one. Don't be scared of it. Throw it hard. Let's try it. 4 is kind of borderline. You gotta, I'm trying to watch it hit the street before I stop it, but then by that time it's not quite like the water thing. It's almost like you gotta stop a little quicker when you're on ground. Alright, let's try one more time. Where was that at? Does cast real easy. Where we go? Okay, see, now it's just only a little bit further. So it's, I don't know. I got the one shot that was about 4 foot further, but that one was only about a foot further, and it's like right on the verge of wanting to backlash. So I guess what I call it, able to cast better than the Aldebaran? Yeah, maybe. Is if you make it any better, or is it just as good as it? I'm gonna try by. Yeah, I got accuracy too. I was trying to, I didn't show you guys the thing, but I was, when I had the Aldebaran rigged up, I was just kind of playing around with, you know, casting Anyway, I was playing around with like casting and actually aiming, like I was aiming at that tree. It seemed to, I mean, I can accurately cast with the Aldebaran or this. So, I don't know. When all's said and done, I'll be honest, I'm gonna try this reel, stay tuned for other videos when I actually get it out in the water and start fishing with it and get it, maybe get the bearings a little more broke in. But as of right now, this reel hasn't changed my mind. This isn't, in my mind, the best reel on the market for two facts: weight and the clicker already on one. This reel still, in my mind, is the top dog when it comes to BFS for those two reasons. They're probably the same size. They palm. They feel almost actually the same when you're palming them. But you can definitely feel, just by holding, you can feel that extra ounce. You can tell that's a heavier reel than the Aldebaran. The Aldebaran comes with the clicker. I mean, yeah, if you're throwing smaller than 2 grams, you know, maybe. For me, no, I don't. A 16th ounce, those little bitty cranks, or 16th ounce crappie jigs, the smallest I ever throw. Them little creeks and, you know, out fishing for crappie in ponds and small lakes. The smallest I'm ever going to go, and they both do a good job of it, but none, doesn't really stand out, just like the ALC BF7. I would honestly say that the ALC BF7 is even with the Alphas, and the Aldebaran's just a hair behind them. But due to the fact, like I mentioned, the clicker and weight, because it is a lot lighter than the ALC. It's about the same weight as the LTX BF8. Problem with that reel is it doesn't come with a clicker either. And it's more money than the ALC. But it is made out of magnesium, so it's as light, but you see the trade-offs, like there's always this or that. So that's why I'm not a fan of the Conquest. I've went through my round reel phase, and they're awesome reels and all that, but I'm more of a size and weight, I guess, junkie. I like the lightest stuff, the better. Then you can balance the rod in the back, add more weight if you need to where you still have about the same weight combo, but it's balanced. So before I get out of here, I know I got a long video already, might as well go for it, right? I just want to see, I'm curious, this is for me more than it is really for you guys. You're welcome to tag along. I want to see what this SV spool will do. The MGL, the 30 MGL, are we live again? Okay, maybe it put me back live. But what I was saying, the 30 MGL, that thing will cast pretty light. But that's an expensive reel. The Tatula SV is actually a very inexpensive reel for what it is capable of. It's only $200, and it's an awesome small bait. Not Finesse BFS exact baits, but Finesse baits. But I'm just curious. See how I have that drag? Or I tightened it up a little bit. I can let that crappie jig hit. It just starts to. That's about where I run all my stuff. It just saves me hassle if I'm, out on the water. Let's see where this baby goes. I got it set at 6. And that was for basic baits I throw with this. But we're going to leave it set there for now and try it. I just want to see how much distance. It throws it fine, no backlash, but it's definitely not getting the distance the other ones do. Let's try that again. Yeah, I can feel it. It pulls down. I could probably loosen this a click. Let me try it. For those of you just sticking around. Definitely love, this clicker is okay, but the clicker on the new Alphas is awesome. The clicks for the adjustment on the spool tension or drag, or I don't even know what I'm saying. I was sorry, I was trying to pay attention to this. Oh, a little bit. I better go back. It started to. This reel is The spool, I might say, is just only capable of so much, and that is 15-pound braid on it too. So I'm going to do another cast, and I'll show you how in comparison. But it does cast it on this little, you know, you could if you had to, and you had a BFS rod laying around your reel, something messed up, and you had this rod or reel as a backup. All right, let's go see where that is. It is fishable. I'm walking all the way out here. This is how far it casts, which is actually pretty good. I'm gonna have to find it in the grass here. Where's the line? Where did you go? Right here. So right here, and you see we're just a little ways from the road, but quite a ways up from where I was casting, right across from that block. So I guess I could walk it off, get close. So about 30, close to 40 paces, which is, you know, probably 40, closer to 45 feet. In which I like this for like an 1/8 ounce. Once you go to an 1/8 ounce, it's when it gets real awesome. But yeah, I mean, it would be capable if I was at some of these, especially when you go with this kind of gear to a very small little stream. A lot of times you're not casting, but you know, from here to that tree. And this one, it's got crazy drag. I don't know if you guys probably didn't see that. So you definitely have to adjust your release points when you're fishing with a heavier spool. And it's very hard to hit that tree, but if that's what you were using, and you know, once you got the hang of it, and I can't get the hang of it that quick, I'm letting go way too late. You can see how it drags. That's what a lot of guys talk about. But once you get used to that and you let go, you know, just like when you're batting, you let go way over here, and as the spool slows the bait down, it's going to pull it with the line, and it'll drop where you want it. But I didn't have that with either of the, I'm getting way off, with the Alphas, the new Alphas Air or the Aldebaran. You don't have that issue because that spool's so light on those. You can kind of just cast and, you know, almost aim your cast, the rod, let go of the rod right where you want it, and it doesn't do the pulling like this reel does. But in a pinch, I was actually surprised by this SV Tatula. That is a very small, I mean, there was a time where, you know, I wouldn't even think about putting this on a bait casting reel because you're going to talk major bird's nest trying to cast it, and it will cast it. I'm definitely impressed with these reels. Actually, what made me go ahead, even though I heard a lot of good talk about this reel, was go ahead and get this one to try it. You know, I'm thinking in my mind smaller, and I honestly hope that they come out with, hang on here. I hope they do come out with this, but you can tell it's got spacers in you know, maybe a bigger with an SV spool. I'll probably get another one. Will I get another one of these? No. It doesn't have the clicking drag. It's 300 and roughly 20 bucks, but thanks to Japan Lure Shop gave me a $20 Megabass jerkbait. I consider I have 300 bucks in this thing. Whoa, what just happened there? And you can get the BFS XGs for right around that same price, I believe. So they're not a huge difference in price, and this one already has this. The clickers, in case you guys are wondering what I'm talking about or where you can get them if you don't know anything about that, you can buy aftermarket ones. Now, if you own any Aldebaran other than this BFS XG and want a clicker with an Aldebaran, this body style, I believe you can get the parts that would go for this one and put in, say, the 30, the 50, or whatever older Aldebaran. But they also, for almost any reel nowadays, and you can even email them a lot on eBay. There's a couple guys doing it, or on Tackle Tour or Bass Boat Central. On those forums, you can get, and with this one, you could get the parts out of the newest. I don't think the Steez Air also has it, but the Steez CT has a clicking drag, and I think you get the parts and they would fit that if you want like factory parts to have the clicker. But on eBay and all around, you can get aftermarket audible drag clickers. They're actually as loud or louder than this one for almost any reel you can think of. They're coming out on the for a lot of, I think, the GH100, the PW100, almost any Tatula, Shimano's, Daiwas, the Metaniums and all that, you can get the audible drag clicker. But they're like 30 to 40 bucks, something like that. So you already have like, say, 320 in this, you add another, 40 bucks, you're like 380. And I think these are right around 300. So you're talking, you're not far from being $100 over what you can get these for. So is there that much of a performance difference? You guys decide. Of course, everybody, if you're a Daiwa guy, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's the best BFS reel yet made. And if you're a Shimano guy, you're going to be like, oh, this is the best one made. I'll be honest, I'm not really any... I love the Abu Garcia Revos until of the Gen 3 and 4 here in the States are horrible reels. For what they want for them, I don't like them. I'd much rather spend the money. These Tatulas now have gotten small enough. The old SV was actually an awesome reel, but it was just a big and bulkier than this. This is an awesome reel. I had the Corrado K, the Corrado DC, the Scorpion MGL. Not bad, not far from this, but I still prefer, I've since sold those and I like this one. Will I end up liking this and that kind of thing, but something about a dial, and like I've said before in the past, anybody that knows me knows that I kind of knock the Shimanos. I've called them the, SHIT monos, and they're awesome reels. And like I've always said about a Shimano, the only thing wrong with the Shimano is it's just not a Daiwa. And what I mean by that is Shimanos will feel totally smooth, but it's what I call the resistance in a reel. Not necessarily the smoothness. I know they're smooth like butter, but a Daiwa, even the ones that they're missing bearings, you could have other bearings where there's bushings, which I think this one doesn't have all the bearings, but the smoothness, the least amount of resistance when you don't have any line on, you're up there testing them out at tackle stores, and it also translates to when you're casting and you're reeling, like say these crappie jigs or something light, like just a small swim jig, is just how free they feel. And they actually are what you guys have probably heard the reel test talk about with the drum braking. They're kind of hindered in, they are kind of over braked, but that makes for an easier all around to fish. That's why they claim the SV for skipping and all that kind of stuff. But there's just something about the freeness, not necessarily the smooth, which is super smooth too, but the Aldebarans, all the Shimanos are super smooth also. But I can't explain it, and this reel's gotten better, and maybe that's just it. You need to wear a Shimano like almost totally out. But like when I first got this, and I've had them before, I even traded my old Alphas for one and then traded back because, and this reel I can still feel it. This reel still feels like it takes more, and it's a very minuscule amount, but it takes more to turn than it does this reel. And honestly, this reel coming out of the box with grease and stuff, this reel should have a stiffer feel than this old worn out. Not worn out, but I say worn in. This reel feels awesome. The problem is, you grab this thing and you're like, wow, this feels better. I like that freeness. And this reel actually feels better. This $199 reel, even the $159 Tatula reel, to me, I have the line, but just the freeness there. And I'm pretty sure you can still get, it's at least missing one or two bearings that just has a bushing, would even feel smoother, like I used to do with my old TDZs and Alphas and Pixies. You get all the bearings in them, which I haven't done in any of these in a while because they're actually so smooth right out of the box. So anyway, hope you like this video. I know I ramble, I talk a lot about everything, but I love the reels. The reel part of it is even more so than the rods. I know I kind of gotten into the rods this year. We've got the new NRXs. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm going to keep using this. Stay tuned, buckle up, and hang on. Watch for future episodes where I'm comparing these and either maybe on the water shootouts, ease of casting, and all that. And I'm going to try to go ahead and, I've got I think a clicker on one of my older Daiwas. I'm going to try to add a clicking drag, audible drag on this sucker. Okay? Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it's a long-winded one, but I'm long-winded. Get out of here. Go buy some bonsai. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Where's the button? There it is.